That's good. You need those kind of guys on your team.
All right, and then we've got Darius Hillary, who will make the team as an undrafted free agent.
That's right.
We had him on the show a couple weeks ago. You want to tell us how his rookie camp went, Joe?
Yeah, I spoke with him a couple of days, during camp, and he's confident. It was just ironic. He and the first round pick, they worked out together. After the season was over, they both were down in Miami and were both preparing for the draft. And Darius knew that William, he was right behind the kid that went to Jacksonville, Ramsey, and Darius felt that everything that he can do. He know that William was faster than him, but Darius felt that as far as hits and drills, he did as well as he did, or even better. The thing about Darius, you're talking about an awesome kid, and he just if he can get in there and he can believe that he can play at this level. I think he's a guy that can potentially, be a practice squad guy, and then once he picks picks it up and learns the defense, he can be a solid guy. We have all these old guys, all the old Bengals, pulling for him, and Eric Thomas, E.T. was a Pro Bowl guy, played with us. E.T. definitely has already taken him on his wing and, showing him a lot of things. Buddy Richard Carey played corner in '89. He has a personal trainer's gym. So, you got all the old Bengals, man, showing him the ropes, and giving him a lot of field knowledge, man. So he's a kid that I think definitely is a guy who can play on Sunday. And another free agent that most people around here probably don't know him well, but Darius's teammate. When I say that guy, the wide receiver from Wisconsin, Mark, he's a player. I've seen that kid come in, as a freshman, with Darius, and he's a player. I think more highly of him than I do their 6th round pick. So given the opportunity, I think that they have a couple free agent guys that can possibly make this squad.
Nice.
Well, we definitely need more wide receivers. So, all right, final question. I'll answer it first, then we'll go Mark, and we'll finish up with Joe, because Joe went to the Super Bowl and we didn't. But
exactly.
The question is this. You compare how you felt about the Bengals last year compared to now. Do you feel better or worse? I'll start off with worse, just because of the wide receiver situation, the Tyler Eifert situation. I think there's a lot more questions with this team. You're missing Burfict for 4 games. I do like the addition of Carlos Dansby. Plus, just the fact that I don't think a team's ever won 5 straight years and not won a playoff game. Mm-hmm. And my big question there is, does that kind of wear on you at some point? So, Mark, what's your take on where the Bengals stand right now?
Yeah, I would have to say slightly worse. I'd like to see them add another veteran wide receiver to come in. I would really like to see Anquan Bolden come in. That's me. I think he could add a dimension that we need. We've lost Eifert for however long. We're not going to have him. Supposedly he'll be back for the beginning of the season unless you listen to Adam Schefter. So we'll see. I think I love the Carlos Dansby signing. I think the defense will be good, will be solid again. I just question how many weapons Andy has. And then also, I want to see what Zampese can do as coordinator, see what kind of schemes he comes up with and how we get guys, into different places. Jeremy Hill's got to come back and have a better season for us to be effective on offense. I think that's a big thing that we need is him to come back and get running hard again and get his ball security back to where it was. So I do feel slightly worse. The schedule, it looks tough. I'm looking at it 10-6, 9-7 in that range. So I do feel slightly worse.
Ooh, I don't know, Joe. Is Mark a little bit too negative to be welcome back on the show?
Yeah, I don't know, Mike. We might have to kick his ass off the show, man. Hey, man, no, man, Mike. Okay, check this out, man. I'm definitely not feeling worse. When I look top to bottom, because still, defense wins championships. Mm-hmm. When I look at our defense, you signed Dansby. You got the kid in the third round.
Billings.
Even though Burfict is out 4 games, I think this Billings kid can come and add a dimension to that interior to offset the loss of Burfict for 4 weeks. But you look at we still our guys these guys are in their prime, dude. Mm-hmm. These guys, we're talking about. This is probably the best, that we're looking at Donut. These guys are they're still on an incline. Gino's, he's on an incline. Mm-hmm. These guys, they're on an incline. So when you look at your core guys, I still think we have what it takes. People can say what they want about Andy. Man, Andy, if Andy doesn't break his hand, man, we're in the Super Bowl. I don't care what anybody says.
We'd have won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man, we're in there, man. We're better than them. Andy's in there. We still got, I think based on what happened with Jeremy Hill has to get back and beat Jeremy Hill. And he has to understand he is not Gio. He's not Giovanni. You came in and you see he did a lot of dancing. You're a north to south guy. You came, you had a great rookie year. But you said, we'll see what Giovanni did. Giovanni said, the hell with that. I'm coming back and I'm taking my job back. So Jeremy Hill, he's going to have to get and do what Jeremy Hill does best, and that is going north and south. We still have A.J. Green. Right now, nowadays, it's not as important as having to play all 4 preseason games. No, you no longer have to. Guys are and come in better shape. I think we're going to get Eifert, for the regular season. So when I look at our teams, when I look at our weapons, I look at what we have. I do think one of those receivers. So one of the receivers are going to step up. Signing Anquan Bolden will be. We get him. Get the hell out the way. We're coming. So I'm, Mike. I still feel good about it. I look at what the other guys did. I look at what Pittsburgh did. Pittsburgh, they were solid. But see, but
with Pittsburgh, the thing you got to remember is this: they signed a corner and a safety. And corner is probably the hardest position outside a quarterback to play in the NFL your rookie season.
Yeah. But the thing is, here we got a guy. You have to understand how it's. We have a guy that can run with Antonio Brown all over the field.
We had a guy in Pac-Man Jones that pretty much shut him down last year, anyways.
Yeah, but Pac-Man is Pac-Man has a lot of mileage on those wheels.
Yeah, but Pac-Man can do it with his brain.
Yeah. Oh, Pac-Man! I love Pac-Man. I love Pac-Man. But I'm definitely still on an upswing, man. The only thing that I worry about, if we're having second thoughts, are the new coordinators.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get where I don't think Zampese can go and ask him to do too much because, Hugh Jackson had 8 million different formations. So he may make it a little more simpler and a little more easier for the offense. Defensively, we got to see, he's changed up some. He's a little different from 93, being a linebacker coach of Raiders. But, if our guys can pick up what they're selling, what Jim wants them to do, whatever his ultimate goal, whatever kind of defense that Jim wants, if they can buy into it and they can, perfect it, I think our guys are going to, do great. If we get in and, our guys they're out there thinking and, our guys you have guys running all over the place in the wrong area and blowing coverages and, we can potentially lose some games in the beginning that we should win. If not, if our guys pick up these schemes and they adapt to the defensive schemes fairly well, I think those games that can go either way, I think we can, be in there and win those games, and that can be the difference between, a 9-7 and a 12-4. And I think I see us, right somewhere in the middle. I see us 10-6 worse, but I'm expecting 11-5, 12-4. Anything else will be disappointing.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up tonight. Mark, thanks for coming on the show.
Hey, no problem, guys. Thanks for having me.
And everybody, make sure you check out his articles on the gruelingtruth.net. I guess Tyler Boyd's up next.
He is.
All right, Joe, as always, it's been a pleasure.
It's a pleasure, brother.
All right,
Thanks,
so we'll have to get back together here. I think Christian Westerman, wants to come on the show here sometime in the next couple of weeks, so we might come on and interview him, too, here in a couple of weeks.
Nice.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
So if he actually hears all the nice things you said about him, he'll definitely come on the show, Joe.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, I'm telling you, man, he chews nails, man. He's a tough guy.
I agree. So I want to remind everybody, you can check out gruelingtruth.net. We are now on iHeartRadio, iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spreaker, Google Music, pretty much anywhere you want to find a sports podcast. Over the last week, if you're a Bengals fan, we had Kenny Anderson last week. I had Lamar Parrish today. Also, check out our shows tomorrow. I will have Jeff Severson, who was a safety on the Super Bowl VII Redskins. Thursday, I'll have former Viking and Baltimore Raven offensive lineman Bryant McKinney. He'll be on the show. Thursday night, we'll have our boxing show. Also, this weekend, we'll premiere Out of Left Field. It will be our current baseball show. Also, Mike and Aaron's Sports World will be on Friday night. And then next Monday night, we'll start our CFL weekly show, Canadian Football League, where we're going to have a surprise guest. One of the best quarterbacks in the CFL will be on with Brian Schmidt and Os Landry. They'll be hosting that show. So, for Mark Fightmaster, Joe Kelly, I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.